Good morning, folks. It is Sunday, the 20th of February. This is Flat Cap Callum. I'm hoping you're all very, very well. All right, today we've got a half stake day. So the Irish racing has been cancelled due to a little bit of waterlogging. So we're left with Newbury and Musselburgh in England, and there is a meeting in Meydan. So we've got one horse in Meydan today. We've got 5 horses. 2 bets coming up. Before we do, we'll do a review of yesterday, which really wasn't a very good day at all. Really frustrating. We had a really great day Friday. We made a nice bit of profit back. Lost it all yesterday. So the bare facts is, and you know I'll share a lot of interesting statistics where I can on this channel. If you took out all of the Saturday racing on this channel, so we've done 6 Saturdays of racing, we would have saved ourselves losing £100. It's almost exactly £100 loss on all 6 Saturdays combined. So I don't know what it is about Saturdays at the moment that is not going our way. But yeah, Saturdays have cost us £100 on this channel in 6 weeks. If we didn't have Saturdays, we'd be. I think overall the channel is slightly behind, less than £10 since we started after yesterday's results. So yeah, we'd be £90 to the good if it wasn't for Saturday racing. So hopefully that little run will solve itself out, because the rest of the week, add the golf in, and we're doing quite nicely. Thank you. Anyway, the results were what they were. So we had a win double. The first leg, really unlucky. He pecked on landing on the last fence. He would have won, but no. And then the second one, Thomas Darby pulled up, so that was poor. Then we had first each way Trixie. We had one leg in there, Universal Secret. Again, I thought it was going to win, and then got done going towards the line. So we had that placed at 22 to 1, but only as a single. The second each way Trixie, Time to Get Up, was one of only 3 finishes in the Grand National Trial. Only 14s on the channel. That SP'd at 22 to 1, so we only had an each way single on that. The first Lucky 15, really disappointed. Regal Encore with only 1 place out of the place-ins. But we only had Been in Trouble placed 10 to 1 on the channel, but it was a 35p deduction for Rule 4, so that was only a small bit back there. Second Lucky 15, we had a non-runner. I put on the comments my second alternative, which went and won, but that doesn't help us on the channel. So if any of you got it, brilliant, but doesn't help me on the channel because it wasn't the first horse I put in on the bets. We only had 1 each way single, Jepak at 14 to 1. So four bets there with 1 each way single, and then the Newcastle bet was even worse, literally nowhere near. So really poor. I made it £30 on, £6 and 6p back. So yeah, quite a considerable loss. So as I said, take out the £100 loss on Saturdays over 6 weeks, and we'd be flying really high. So maybe then, you know, the frustrating thing for me is Saturday's the day where most people have a little bit of a bet, and if they tune into the channel and they take Saturday bets, they are clearly not having a great time. But if you follow these random days like Friday, where it's Kelso Meydan, and who knows today, the Newbury Meydan Musselburgh selections could be it as well. Okay, word on the golf. We've got possibilities going into the last day in both tournaments, so it's nice. Max Homer is in contention, definitely for placing, probably too far away from winning. And Carlos Ortiz is not, it's not inconceivable he couldn't make it up to get a place. So we've got 1, possibly 2 options there in the Genesis Invitational. And then in the Chubb Classic, Kevin Sutherland had a cracking round yesterday, put himself right back in it, and he's definitely got a chance of placing outside squeak of getting to the top of the list, but we'll see. So we've got possibilities on the golf going into today, so we'll watch that tonight. As for horses, without the Irish racing, I did do my bets in a way that I thought all the Irish racing might go, so I did them separately, so it was fairly easy to do. The tricky thing I've got today is I've got 5 horses, and the question is, which way round do I do them? And because we had 5 on Friday, and I did a 2 and a 3, and they all placed, and no Lucky 15. Today, I think it's viable to do the Lucky 15, so I've done a Lucky 15. I've put 4 in and left 1 out and done it as a single. So really risky, because you know the horse racing gods will probably make the one that isn't in win and the other ones lose, but who knows? I've done it the way I've done it. I feel like I'm happy with that. But what I would flag is definitely today more than most days. Some of these are quite Sky Bet specific in the basis that they're paying extra places where they aren't in most other places. So what we got? Main bet. So we got 155 Newbury, Ernie Bilko 66 to 1. There's stuff in that bits of form. It's got a new trainer who's in form, jockey's in form. It likes soft going. There's a bit of bumper form that sort of says it's underperformed on hurdles. So I'm taking a bit of a punt. That is definitely the one that if you weren't betting with Sky Bet, I would switch it for the 5th selection. But I'm only putting it in with Sky Bet because they've decided they're going to pay 4 places on that race. And I couldn't leave it out at the price. So I think the 5th horse that's in separate is a stronger bet. I've put that in on the basis that they're paying 4 places on Sky Bet and it's 66s. So Ernie Bilko in there at 66s. I can't see it winning, but I think there's a chance it could squeak a place. And at that price, I wanted to put it in the bet. We've then got the main 2 horses of the bet. So the 2 o'clock Meydan, Sky Bet are paying 5 places here. And we're on Tamul, Taamol, 20 to 1. I really like that price. Decent enough handicap race. Doesn't always go to plan at Meydan, but I wanted to put it in today. We've got 355 Musselburgh, Go Bob Go, 11 to 1. So they're the main 2. You'll see there's extra bets on those. And then 450 at Newbury, Avalanche Peak, 28 to 1. I think it's a really nice price. Trainer's got 2 in the race, so I think that one is a second string, might get overlooked in the market, but I think it's a decent price. It's definitely got an outside chance of winning, but I think from a place point of view, it's a good opportunity. And again, to flag, Sky Bet are paying 4 on that one, so most bookmakers definitely will not play 4 on the top or the bottom. And the fifth race isn't paying extra places. So if you were betting with other bookmakers, I was me putting it on, I'd take the top one out, do the single on the top one, and put the 5th one in when I get to that in a minute. Hopefully that makes sense. I haven't made it too complicated, but I just wanted to be honest and say this is very Sky Bet specific. So we've got 20p each way, lucky 15, and then 2 additional singles on the 2 middle 2, and an additional 50p each way double. So it makes it a £9 bet. Okay, and then bet 2. I really like this horse, and so yeah, it's the 5th horse. I didn't want to leave it out. I could have just done a 4 horse lucky 15 and not even mentioned it. But that 5 o'clock and Musselburgh, there's a couple of unraced horses that look like potential, and that's the one I definitely side with. It's got some cracking relatives on flat form, so on a bumper, that's normally quite helpful. It's 14 to 1 at the moment. They're not paying any extra places anywhere for that. So as I said, I would put that in instead of Ernie Bilko if you were betting with other bookmakers, paying 3 places, because I think that price is really, really good. But just done it as an additional single here because I didn't want to leave it out, and we'll see if the betting gods treat me well or not off that. Okay, that's it. That's our 2 bets, £10 on. We will see how we get on. So we've got that, we've got the golf, and we're going into today £27 behind for the week. So really, really been a bit up and down this week. We've obviously had three poor days, one great day, and then some bits in between, but overall down quite considerably. So we'll see. We may come out the day further behind, or we may caught back up, or you never can tell. We'll wait and see. Either way, I'll see you in the morning for Monday. We'll do a review of the stats, we'll do a review of the golf, and we'll do a review of those horses. Thanks very much. See you then.